Tristan with Nerdut's Newsstand, and we are going to kind of take a deep dive into Batman Superman, World's Finest #1. Now, yes, this is going to be a review and it will have spoilers, but I do think there are some fundamental things from this book that writers can look at and go, yeah, I should maybe incorporate some of this. Now, of course, Mark Waid has plenty of experience and some really good works behind his belt, but there is a lot of really good storytelling in this book. Not only that, but the art paired with Dan Mora, who is phenomenal, is great, and Tamara Bonvillain does the colors. It really is kind of this amazing threesome we have here. And I was really expecting this to be good. I was not expecting this to be great. There are a lot of comic pros that go out there and put out 5 years of amazing content and then kind of fall off. Fortunately for Mark Waid, at least in this situation, he's not one of those. So I converted this to a PDF so we could take an easier look at it and I could share this and kind of mark what I wanted to. But yes, we are going to go into full spoilers for this brand new book. I absolutely give it a 10 out of 10 if I gave numbers, but I want to tell you why, right? I want to tell you why. And I think first off, it is important to know the page count, right? This is 37 pages of content. 37 pages long. A lot of the other writers, if you're talking about a Detective Comics or a Batman, do not get that luxury. Now, part of this story was in another book, and I cannot remember which one, to be honest with you, but we're going to go over it anyways. So I know they tack that on the front, but if you're going to put out 37 pages of content anyways, a lot of these backup stories are so throwaway, besides maybe the punchline in the Midnighter one, then I would say give it to the original person working on that title. Let them flesh things out. 37 pages is a lot, and it shows in the storytelling. So first off, let's talk about this couple for opening pages, and I'll switch it to one page, because we go into this stuff that is. I wish I could remember. I apologize. I don't remember. Let me know in the comments down below what it's from, and I will pin it. But this we've already seen, right? We've seen this, I love the street color. Oddly enough, I missed that street color. We don't get that as much. So we're getting the introduction of both a Batman and a Superman villain. Now, my continuity brain's going to kick in here and try to place this where it should be. And I think most of that needs to go, this is sometime in the past. They met. We're going to establish that. But then they trust each other. We're going to establish that also. But just put it in the past. Don't try to put it in a time slot because, yeah, you have me. I love how Dan Mora, even if you look, the way that he does his paneling, we get great, flow. And what I mean is, flow from, okay, you can't really see that, can you? Flow from one panel, we zoom in. We've got her hand still there. We go right back down, and we've got really good flow. And then we show up behind her, and we've got, Superman behind her here. A lot of this is done from Dan Mora, but you cannot fail to mention in this situation that it is absolutely at the discretion of what Mark Waid wants her to do. So you're getting really great paneling work here, and they put a yellow into Tamara's kind of amazingness here. They put this yellow hue over it, right? You've got this kind of yellow sepia sort of hue added to this because that is a flashback, right? A lot of times we'll do flashbacks in black and white or, distinct up here. There's some sort of timestamp up here that there's a flashback. No, we're talking about a little bit of a filter on this. And it's great. It really is. And I think it reminds us, right? It reminds us of our old comics when we were young. And that's what this story is. This is great storytelling. So anyways, we get the introduction. I love, and to Bendis's credit, he does this a lot too, where they put the names real big. I love when they do that. So we've got Superman saving the day. Superman saving the child. And a lot of people had this criticism when it came to Batman, right? Batman will save your life, but he's likely going to leave you there and let somebody else take care of it. Superman's going to be the one to take you to the hospital. That was a criticism, and I understand it, but I don't mind it. But this shows the dichotomy, shows the understanding from a fundamental standpoint that Mark Waid knows these characters inside and out. He's done great previous stories with these characters, so I had no doubt. So we're going to see this, and we're going to get the introduction to the other foe, right? We're going to get Metallo, such an underutilized villain. And I love Metallo because he's devoid of emotion. He doesn't have empathy. He's lost all of that when he was experimented upon, right? So, like, this is such a perfect antithesis of what Superman is. Superman is inspiration. Superman is hope. This man is just pure emptiness. He's the one that looked at the abyss and it looked back, right? And I really like this. So we get this great action scene, and it is a great action scene. I don't want to discount it, but I also want to note that there is some like guessing of who this will be, right? And well, we might not be there yet, but we do get the idea that Metallo has now inserted red kryptonite directly into Clark's heart, directly into it. A bunch of different fragments. Red kryptonite makes everybody makes Clark, right? It can go do anything. He can grow blonde hair, or he can blow up like an atom bomb. It is really up to what his body does with it, right? And the lettering is so good on this. So we see it go directly. Again, credit to Dan Mora's art. The way it is done is so beautiful. I love the relationship. I'm my best guess here. This is Tim Drake, right? The way that he puts these two together, they know they work off of each other. They work off of each other into an understanding of each other that maybe we don't see still to this day with Damian. Damian's so haunted, I guess is the best way to put it. So he gets sick of messing around, knocks Ivy out. He goes, tries to help. I love that. It's so beautiful. And we start to see these black figures. And what I want to point out here is this one. This has got to be Magog, right? Like, we are going fully fledged back into this stuff after Kingdom Come. This has got to be Magog. We're going to, like, I don't know. Maybe Lex. It's probably Lex here. But, like, this has to be Magog. I want it to be Magog. Please be Magog. So, anyways, we do get years before the attack, right? And here I'll actually go to a page because I want to set it up. Right in this situation, we see that we have Dick. I'm sorry. We have Tim missing. I don't think it specifies. No, I don't think it does. Tim or Robin, we'll just say Robin missing. And because he's missing, we have Clark and Bruce both on it. Basically, Bruce got too close to what Penguin was doing wrong. They kind of do a bait and switch, right? And Superman actually saves the day. Now, if I remember these people correctly, and I have DC knowledge, but it's been a while. Aren't these the people that go on to create the Black Lantern ring? I'm pretty sure they are. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know in the comments below. But we go on to see this. And again, I don't want to go over the paneling work too much, but the way that it's lettered, the way that you can see the natural flow. I've had a real problem with sometimes lately. You'll see stuff like to Bendis' fault, literally like not knowing where to go next because it's so cluttered. Like, you can go back to old George Perez and it's cluttered. There's a lot of dialogue, but you know where to flow. You know how the conversation should flow. And I think this does a really good job of this. I love, again, we've got the streak, something I absolutely love. So anyways, he cools them down. And we get this great shot of them doing this. And we're back to present time. And we're seeing what's going on with Clark with this being in his heart. And we're seeing the powers kind of go crazy, right? Trust me, it gets better. I know you're sitting here going, why is this so good? Because I feel like this is a beautiful shot of Robin here also. Beautiful. I feel like that Mark Waid has either been listening or knows what fans want, because it's like, who can we possibly get? Who can we possibly get? This man is going crazy, and we are seeing him, literally become stone. Oh my God, who can do this? This is Superman. Any other, I let it off before I should have. Any other writer that was a lesser writer. I'm looking at you, Tom Taylor. I like your work. But we know where you're going when it comes to Dark Knights of Steel. Any other writer that was a lesser writer would go to BVS again and go to Evil Superman. No, where do you go? You bring in the motherfucking Doom Patrol. Like, that's a mic drop if there ever was one. You brought in the Doom Patrol. Fucking amazing. How many times have we sat here and said we want to see old characters? We want these characters done correctly. We want to see the relationships, but we also want to see the action. This is everything we've been asking for. The Doom Patrol. Yes, I absolutely love it. So basically what's going on with Clark is he is seeing, right? He's seeing Zod, right? He's seeing anybody that has been gone against him. And we've got everybody from well, you know what? Crazy Jane's missing. Maybe that's who's the bad guy is. Dun dun dun. No, I don't. I believe we'll probably end up seeing her. But the funny thing is there's no doctors in the world that could treat a man like Superman, right? There's no doctors out there. But one, Niles Caldner, right? Niles is the only one that's ever treated anybody like this. And he's the perfect answer to this question. So he goes on. He keeps seeing people that are not there because not only can the red kryptonite mess with his powers or what his body is doing, it can also mess with his mind. So he's seeing Lex. He's seeing people he's fought up against. This scene is amazing, right? He says he has a plan. And he says, I'm not falling for your tricks. He thinks it's Lex Luthor. And he goes to, instead of bringing Superman down by brunt force, he goes, look, I am one of the few people that you have trusted. I am able to be trusted again. You're endangering people. You're going to hurt someone. And before it's too late, you need to quit this shit. And he said, he's still seeing Lex. And he says, you're basically, you think that I want to destroy you, but I'm not. He says, you're trying to confuse me. And he goes on to say, he says, I have your back always. And that's what snaps him out. That was a big part in the other thing. And it does. It snaps him out, but he's in a lot of pain. He's vibrating at an amplified amount so he can keep it under control. They end up being able to get him back to Caldner Manor and get to see what's going on with the Doom Patrol. But again, I want to give props where it's due. The fact that you brought and thought of the Doom Patrol is amazing. I absolutely love it. So basically we get to see what's going on with Niles, and he's got a bunch of operating equipment. And, Rita says, the doctor will see you now. And they're just like, are you out of your mind? And that's where it ends. This is such a good book. The dynamic between Batman and Superman is there. The understanding of Batman, Superman is there. The dynamic between Batman and Robin is there. The understanding of Robin and the Doom Patrol, and even Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen is there. The story is new and fresh. It involves B characters. Like, I can't say enough good. This is one of those books that I was excited for, but I was reserved on, right? It blew any expectation I could have possibly have, and I am glad it did. This was great. This is an absolute recommend. Let me know, of course, though, what you guys think. I will see you in the next